All right, we're doing a cabin air filter, which is actually a three-part air filter on a 2017 Mercedes-Benz GLS 550. This is the front, I guess the outermost one. I bought this one on Amazon, and I'll try to put a link below. CF11719. The inside one is slightly different. This is just some generic one off Amazon as well. And then this is the one that's a two. This one has a two-part system. So these ones, instead of having the notches, these ones have the holes, which makes it a little bit more difficult to install because you have to line those up. Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. Here I am under the hood. Unfortunately, yeah, nice. We just had this thing detailed. It's not dusty at all, but it's hot. This is very hot. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take off this piece up here. I'm wearing gloves just because I don't want to get my hands dirty. Also, my hands are enormous, so I might have my daughter jumping on this. But this top part basically just comes off. It slides off in through here. There's a little rubber seal on it. I'm just going to kind of wiggle it a little bit. Oops, don't want to take that seal off. I'm going to wiggle this a little bit and kind of lift it out. So I'm just lifting it from the front, and then this comes out like that. So this part is out now. See how it has a notch, and a notch, and then those notches are going to go into the areas. One notch. Oops, did I already skip that one? Two notch. Three notch afterwards, and then under here, so there's the battery charge, the jump start terminal, as an aside, and then the ground for that is down. The ground for that is right here. So that's the ground, and that's the plus if you're jumping this thing. But so now I'm gonna remove this part here. This part is gonna be held in by, I think it's 3 clips. It might be 2. I can see 2 right now, but I don't know. This might be a little bit different than the last Benz we had. But one of the clips is here. So this is basically just going to pop off this way. So I'm moving the front part over a little bit. I'll try to do it from the top, just like that. Easy peasy. The same thing here. Easy peasy. There should be one more. Oh, there it is. Yep. So this one's going to pop up. So I'll just go underneath it and give you the finger. What's up? So now you can see it's pretty loose. This is going to kind of come out. You just got to wiggle it a little baby bit to get it out of here. Kind of be gentle with it, and then you can put that right on the ground, Pooper. So there's the front one, right in through there. This thing's looking pretty ugly. They tried to take it out the other day and show me, hey, it's dirty. This is why we need to do that. But it's obviously something I can change. So this one's going to have a little clip holder. So there's one here. There's one here. Let's see if I can get that down. It's right there. And then there should be some on the inferior. There's 2 on the inferior, on the bottom side. One right there and one right there as well. So this one I'm just gonna kind of deform and pull it out because it's easy. This is pretty much a soft-sided one. Ugly, dirty. So this is the outside facing one. Obviously it's going to have that's the Fram one that's going to go in there. And typically what I like to do is just to make sure we get the right size here, just going to take this out of the box, match it up a little bit like this. Yeah, that's about the same width or height. And if anybody in Iowa or the Midwest is watching, height. That's not really a word, it's GHT. But the other ones you can clearly see are back in here. So these ones are going to be a little bit trickier in order to take out. And there's a process for that. Those are filth. Actually, no, they're not too bad. That's the carbon makes it look like that. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to take out the one on this side first. So we're going to lift that up. And then this one here is going to slide over that way. And then we're going to lift that up and out. And the reason is the plugs on this are actually going to invaginate on that. So as I replace this one in on this side, it's gonna slide over, and those little hooks, which they're on both sides, so there's no front, back, or anything on this. There is an up, down. It'll tell you the airflow direction on this. It has an arrow right there. So the airflow is important on those. So give me a sec. What I forgot to say, when I took this one out, the airflow on this one, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dirty. There it is. Airflow on this, the air is flowing in, right? So the air is going inside to this. So the airflow on this is going to be in that direction. So kind of hard to focus this thing in that direction, like towards the car. This comes up and through here. And then you'll notice, like, if you're ever clearing the snow or anything off the top of this thing, the second that this isn't just for show, it's not just it's not fake. The second you clear the snow off of that stuff, it just sucks air in through the top. The other side, not so much, but the other side doesn't really have much of an intake on that stuff. So yeah, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna remove these, and then hopefully you'll be able to see my hand going in. So my giant hand is going in here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pinch this one because I don't care about it. I'm gonna try to push it back, grab it, and try to lift it up. Again, I have enormous hands, so it's almost impossible for me to reach in here and get this. Ay, coño. And then I'm gonna fight with it a little bit to get. So I have it out here, and then the first thing you'll know is the airflow is going down on this main filter. So I'm gonna pull this one out. Like they said, this one's pretty tough to get out. It's a thick, beefy one. Looks like I had the same ones. On the old car, we had a 15 or a 16, one of these too. It was a GL 550. They weren't as thick, and I believe we had notches, so that might be what I'm talking about here. So this one's gonna slide. So this one I'm going to slide over. So see how I just slid it over, and then it's gonna come up a little bit more easily on that. Pop this up. I'm doing 2 fingers of it just because my hand's too big to get in. So I got that one out. Again, airflow down on this. So what I'm gonna do, these ones are here. Notice the difference in these. Pretty much the same part. One's ugly, used up, and then the newer one is on the left on that. And then, like I said, so the airflow on this is going to be going down. So when I put this in, I'll put it in this way. So you'll be able to see it that way. Airflow is going down. I'm gonna end up putting this one in on this side down, and then I'm gonna slide it over again. There are the hooks in here. The hook, there's one of them, and then, man, I don't know if I can go flash on that. Yeah, there's the other one back there. So those ones are they're just on that side, which is why it's important to have that stuff done. So I'm gonna try to get those back in there. And those, like I said, they invaginate right into these things. Okay, so. All right, so now I have my lovely assistant helping. Airflow down in this one. Again, paying attention to these things, which happen to coincide with the space in here for those spikes that we're gonna put it in. So I'm gonna put this one in on this side. Again, I'm staying to the right on this. I'm just gonna let it drop in. I'm gonna kind of just push it down a little bit. Then I'm just gonna slide it over. And then that was way too easy. So that one slid right in. The next one that's gonna go in is gonna be a little bit more difficult to put in because now I have to kind of squeeze it in that same spot. Again, airflow is gonna be going down on this, so I'll keep this part to the front. But this one's gonna be a little bit tougher to get in because now I gotta kind of get it over and in without messing up the other one. So normally what I would do is try to reach all the way in the back. If you can, if you get smaller hands, it's easier to get in there. And I'll push it down from the back corner. That way when it comes to the front, I'm just kind of fitting it in like that. So that's how that looks in there installed. And I pushed it in from that back corner first on the inside part. Like so back in through there, I pushed that side down and then the other side fell in, and that part's easy. So for this part coming in now, this one actually has airflow. Obviously, like we said, the airflow is going into the cabin on this stuff. And then what we're doing is this one has some flaps, whereas the older one had some foam straps here. So maybe that'll just act as a better seal because it acts almost kind of like a little louver to the window there, almost like a window air conditioner or something. But I'll put that one in now. Again, airflow going in. I'm just gonna take this one, I'm gonna put it behind that second spot there, and I'm just gonna push this one in, try to get it in like this. I gotta get it under that clip, so under the other clip there. Just kind of smush it a little bit, and then it's in like that. So basically, I have it in with all 4 clips in place. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's in. So basically, that's how you do that stuff. And then we're just gonna put it back together in reverse order of how I did that stuff. Okay, so this is the one that has the 3 clips, 1, 2, and 3. These ones are gonna slide across, and then this one's gonna slide down on it. Getting this one in, sometimes you gotta wiggle it a little bit, try to finesse it in there, and watch out for the power wire on that thing. So I'm gonna get this down. I'm just gonna help it by that wire. If I can get my hand in there. There we go. So now it's in place, essentially. It's where I want it to be. So basically this area here is sealing it up so that the air is coming through here and making it airtight. So I'm gonna lock them from the side. 1 right here, clip. 2 right here. This one's just gonna slide over. You can just push it from the fat part and it will bend and go right over. And then there's a 3rd clip. I wanna wiggle it a little bit. That's nice and connected. Making sure this thing is fully on all the way around, because I pulled it off a little bit before. This thing will detach sometimes. That's what creates that powerful suction from the hood up top too. So this is the one that's gonna go in, and we're gonna have the three spots, 1, 2, and 3. So as I put that in, I'm just gonna come to the side, I'm gonna line it up, I'm gonna click it in like that, and then what's gonna happen is, then I'm just gonna pull this part forward and come around this side for a second. And I'm gonna try to pull it in so that I get this underneath. So I'm basically just loosening that, pulling that back. Be rough with it, it's all good. And I'm gonna lean up here for a sec to get this one. Boom, and just push that back on. So all push back together here, making sure this part is connected again, making sure you have a nice seal in through here all the way around. And that is how you change the 3-part cabin air filter on a GLS 550.